Staj, tell us a little bit about Mark re-signing to the club. Obviously, he did very well over the previous season to prevent attacks against the team at the Gold Coast. So, how important is it that he's back on deck?
Yeah, look, Birighitti was obviously very important in our team last year. He had quite a bit of work to do, and most of the time he was up to the challenge. And just to give the boys the confidence that we've got such a solid shot stopper at the back gives the whole group a lot of confidence to know that he's re-signed for next season.
Particularly because I think the ratio was like 50 goals conceded and 99 saves. So in light of that, will you be looking to boost the defensive stocks?
No. Look, our defenders that we had last year were all back on board. Defending is not just the defenders, it's the whole 11, and it's not just the goalkeeper either. So when you look at goals conceded, just to lay all that accountability just on one person or one position is probably the wrong way to go about it. And I think we showed post-COVID, in the 4 matches we conceded 4 goals and certainly improved the amount of chances that we had against us and the goals against us. So it was a team effort. It wasn't just one position or one goalkeeper, and we proved in that 4-match period that we can tighten up the defence, and that was an important aspect in us picking up some points and the win against Melbourne Victory.
How's the team feeling with the ownership still in question at this stage? Is it weighing heavily on their minds at training?
No, not at all. To be honest, it's probably been the opposite. We've had a really good post-season sort of period where there's been a lot of positivity around the club. There hasn't been any negativity around the club at all. There's obviously a lot of things that the players and the club, and in fact everyone, the staff, have had to deal with this year, as has the whole Australian community. But it's actually been a really good vibe coming back in, and they're focusing on playing football, and ultimately that's all the playing and the coaching group really can do, is focus on playing football and making sure that we work as hard as we can to try and get ourselves off the bottom of the ladder.
What's the focus heading into training today and into the near future?
Yeah, look, we just know how much hard work we've got to do, in every aspect of the game, whether it's the technical, the tactical, the physical, and even the mental. We've got to really improve in all aspects to become a genuine force in the competition. So, we're not shying away from any of the issues that we had during the last season, where we didn't score enough goals and conceded too many of the aspects which determine matches. So we've got a lot of hard work to do, and that started on Monday, and there's been a really good focus from the group coming in. So I'm really pleased with how we started, but a long way to go.
With COVID, are the guys getting, I suppose, any additional psychological support and stuff for the uncertainty in the world at the moment, or anything particularly new in these unprecedented times that you and the coaching staff are trying out?
Yeah, look, I think a big part of coming back in is going to be a greater focus on the individual in every aspect, and again, whether it's technical, tactical, football components, or away from the pitch. So we've got a dedicated wellbeing officer for the whole group, and that'll be announced in the next couple of days as well. So yeah, definitely something that we're focusing on moving forward.
Staj, as you look to sort of build out the team, how important is it you have a core piece of the spine like Birighitti locked in?
Yeah, look, as I said, we've got our whole defensive group all back on board, and Birighitti, so we've got a lot of consistency and stability in that part of the field, and Gianni and Nizzi in the 2-6 roles as well. So we've got a real stability at the back of the field, and that's important. And again, I think we showed towards the end of last season, post-COVID period, that we can be really tight there and not allow many chances in against Birighitti. So yeah, look, really happy that we've got him back, and really happy that we've got that whole defensive unit intact. Other than really Foxy, and he's obviously had to look after himself and go to India, and that's a little bit of a blow. But I'm really happy with what got in the back half of the field.
Yeah, and just on a different note, how good is it to see, at a club like this, the youth boys doing well and, in their grand finals on Saturday?
Yeah, look, we've really tried to change the focus of this team in the last 14-15 months, and the amount of players that came through on scholarship who ended up with A-League contracts and ended up playing good A-League time as well. There were 4 boys who progressed from scholarship to getting A-League contracts just last year alone, and that's, you know, unprecedented for this club. And, you know, that whole momentum's really been sustained and even improved throughout our whole youth program. So, you know, anyone around the coast, anyone in our youth programs, anyone around the country needs to know that if you come to the Mariners, and if you're good enough, age is really relevant. So we don't really care if you're 17, 18 or 35. If you're good enough, you'll be given an opportunity to play and represent our club in the A-League. And, you know, our youth boys topping the table in both the 20s and the first grade just shows how far we've come along the path in really building a good solid foundation with our young players.